From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, October 9th. It is going to be a sunny and nearly perfect day today. We're starting a little cool. Some places in the mid to upper 40s, but we're going to get to the mid 70s today. Sunny, beautiful, much better than the weather others are facing in the country. More on Hurricane Milton next.
Credit Karma makes building your credit straightforward and stress-free with help from our credit builder. Sign up today at creditkarma.com and start enhancing your financial health. Credit Karma, your partner in building a brighter financial future. Credit Builder plan is serviced by Credit Karma Credit Builder and requires a line of credit and savings account provided by Cross River Bank, member FDIC.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Breaking news this morning, Governor Eric Holcomb has activated the Indiana National Guard to help Florida with hurricane relief. 400 members will move out today and be in Florida this week during Hurricane Milton. The soldiers come from Terre Haute, Gary, New Albany, and Lawrence. And we're feeling the travel effects of the hurricane here. Dozens of flights out of Indianapolis International Airport are now canceled. This morning, FlightAware showed 29 flights canceled today, 30 more canceled tomorrow, a few on Friday. Most of these flights are in or out of Florida. Several airports, of course, have already closed in Florida this morning. Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall tonight, and many in its path have been ordered to leave. Some people from Indiana are in Florida and tell us they have very different plans for the storm. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez has their stories.
Well, we heard from 2 women who grew up in Indiana but now call the Tampa Bay area home. They are getting ready for what could be a direct impact from Milton. One of those women, Megan Ratcliffe, is traveling about 6.5 hours north of Pensacola. Meanwhile, Amy Hoover and her family have to stay put. News 8's Danielle Zalkowski spoke to both of them yesterday. In Hoover's case, her family of 10 only has 1 van. She says it often takes 2 trips to get to one destination because they can't all fit in the same vehicle. Ratcliffe, on the other hand, is a teacher. She and her coworkers were already supposed to go to a conference during the storm, so the school is helping their families evacuate. The area is still recovering from the flooding brought on by Hurricane Helene. Both say they've lived through hurricanes before, but are on edge for Milton.
When Irma happened, I evacuated about 3 miles north from my house, like not far at all. But this one, it could be catastrophic to my house and to the surrounding areas as well.
I'm a little more than a little worried. So yeah. I'm just like, I'm remembering that we made it through Helene and all the others fine, but I don't know, barely with Helene.
A major hurricane, so Category 3 or higher, has not hit that region since 1921. 11 counties in the Tampa Bay area are under mandatory evacuation orders. The Census Bureau says almost 6 million people call that part of West Florida home. I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com. Follow us on Facebook for updates.
Now let's go to Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse, who's tracking Milton this morning.
Hurricane Milton, maximum winds at 155 miles an hour. Very serious situation. Strong end Cat 4, 2 miles an hour short of Cat 5. And the latest update from the National Hurricane Center along the track. Well, fast forward here as we're getting into the evening. The northern half of the system, that's where you're going to get tremendous amounts of rain. But the main concern is also the southern part of the system. Wherever the system comes on shore, just south of the eye is where we're going to see tremendous storm surge. So Futurecast has that eye starting to come on shore in the early morning hours as Thursday. Still is a major hurricane, Category 4 storm, continuing inland through Florida. And by the Thursday afternoon, most of the storm clearing the state. But this is fresh from the National Hurricane Center. New storm surge value numbers. Remember, the track coming on shore pretty close to Sarasota. That's the center line track right now. So the National Hurricane Center has updated storm surge numbers and increased them south of Sarasota to 10 to 15 feet, has lowered the storm surge numbers in Tampa Bay to 8 to 12 feet. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods in Tampa Bay. If this storm system still shifts another 10, 15 miles north, I know we have over 12 hours until landfall, it still could have horrible consequences for Tampa Bay. So not completely out of the woods, but the storm surge numbers now south of Sarasota, that appears to be the area we're going to be watching with the storm system.
Indiana Task Force 1 will soon be back in Florida ahead of Hurricane Milton. As we first told you on Daybreak yesterday, the team says they're being moved from North Carolina to do work in Florida after Milton hits. We've told you for the past week that the 100-member search and rescue team is working in the aftermath of Helene. They had been for the last week. Now they're making this move. According to the Indianapolis Fire Department, the team is now going to an area outside of the predicted center of the storm and will prepare for deployment to areas throughout the state as needed once the hurricane makes landfall. IFD also tells us the team is in good spirits. Chief Tom Neal said in a statement, "We are very proud of the work that Indiana Task Force 1 members are doing and will continue to do in support of these communities. Their willingness to devote this time away from their own families is truly selfless and much needed to assist those affected by these devastating storms." The Indiana Department of Homeland Security is warning you not to go to disaster areas to help victims. The department says responding to a disaster is a complex and coordinated effort that should be done through active organizations. Spokesperson for Homeland Security tells News 8 that you could put yourself at risk by showing up on your own and then cause additional challenges to first responders on the scene.
We all want to help when we see this type of devastation on TV, or we have family and friends that are in that area. But the response effort is well underway, and we can still be a part of that by not being immediately on the scene of this calamity.
The department says the best way to help is to donate money to reputable organizations. Breaking overnight, police say they're looking for 3 people that they believe ran from the scene of a crash at a business on the south side. It happened at a pawn shop on Southeast Street near Madison Avenue. Police say an alarm went off at the business at around 4:30 this morning. Officers arrived to find the car had crashed into the door. IMPD says the owner of the pawn shop is on scene and trying to find out whether anything was stolen. Again, police think they're looking for 3 suspects in this case. You can find updates as we get them on wishtv.com. Police have not said what caused an 83-year-old driver to crash a car into a restaurant in Greensburg that injured 7 people, leaving 2 of them in critical condition. Happened yesterday evening at around 6:20. Police say the car hit the carriage on the Square Smokehouse off of North Broadway Street in downtown Greensburg. A release from the city says first responders found 2 people trapped under the car. Officers say 2 of the victims were flown to a hospital in Cincinnati in critical condition. 2 others are stable at another hospital, and the other 3 people refused treatment. There's no immediate word on whether charges will be filed. In Muncie, 2 people are in critical condition after a crash involving a 14-year-old driver. Muncie police say the boy was driving with another 14-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 10-year-old as he sped through the intersection of South Madison and East 18th Street and then hit another vehicle. Police say the woman driving the other car was taken to the hospital in critical condition. They say the 4 young people involved had injuries ranging from critical to minor. So far, no arrests have been announced. Wish TV is your education station. Lawrence Township teachers are negotiating a new contract and asking for more money. The Lawrence Education Association wants the district to give educators a raise. The co-president of the teachers union says some teachers have to work several jobs just to make ends meet, and that teachers in other districts are getting paid more.
We see discrepancies across the district in pay compared us to other districts, not only just our donut districts around Lawrence Township, but the donut districts around Marion County.
The school district gave us a statement saying teachers have been getting annual raises for the past decade, and the district remains committed to continuing the raises each year, subject to the financial realities. The Indiana Pacers fall on the road in their preseason debut. The Pacers lost to the Atlanta Hawks 131-130, so close game. Pacers play another preseason game tomorrow in Cleveland before coming home to take on the Memphis Grizzlies next Monday. We're hearing from the new president of the Indiana Fever as she returns to the familiar role. Kelly Krauskopf helped build the Fever when she served as the president and GM for 18 years. She helped lead the Fever to their only WNBA championship in 2012 alongside Hall of Fame player Tamika Catchings. In 2018, she became the first woman to hold an executive basketball management role in the NBA as the Pacers' assistant general manager. Now, Krauskopf says she's happy to be back with the Fever.
Anytime you're asked to return to a place that you helped build, you had a hand in building, it's special. This is a seminal moment in women's sports. It's a big opportunity to be a part of this rising tide that we're all experiencing. I want this team to be the leader in the country and, a brand, an enduring brand.
Despite a short run in the playoffs this year, Krauskopf says she thinks the franchise can win another championship. Caitlin Clark is going from the court to the golf course. The WNBA Rookie of the Year will play in 2 LPGA events this November. She will tee off for the Annika tournament at the Pelican Golf Club in Florida. That's set to run November 14th through the 17th. Clark also says she plans to compete in a Pro-Am event before the tournament on November 13th. While there, she will serve as a panelist at the Women's Leadership Summit. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good, and they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY at checkout.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress-them-on-the-third-date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders, while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.